All right, welcome back to Fleck and Socks, a podcast, episode 192. Today on the show, Kamala is trying to copy Trump policy-wise, but she refuses to do live events. We'll show you why. Then, you won't believe how this woman lost 5 baby daddies. You're going to want to watch because you're probably paying for their kids. Then, in Urban Decay, this lady cop got beat up by a repeat offender. And last but not least, wait until you see all of the changes made by Delta's new DEI hire. It's very progressive. All this and more, it's Fleck and Socks, the podcast, episode 192, ranked the best new podcast of all time!
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words, but at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
It's Fleck and Socks, the podcast, featuring Richard Grab.
All right, 1 for 1 on the intro, as always. Guys, I'm a proud American, and that means if you come after me or my family, I'll be ready. That's why I rely on My Patriot Supply. Their mega 3-month emergency food kits come jam-packed with over 30 varieties of filling, delicious foods. Not only does that include creamy chicken-flavored rice, old-fashioned Italian spaghetti, and savory cheese and broccoli soup, but you also get a bonus protein kit with diced beef, flavorful chicken chunks, and 3 varieties of beans. Plus 9 different fruits and vegetables and snacks. All in all, this emergency food kit provides a whopping 2,500 calories a day to keep you fed and ready for anything. The way I see it, it's my solemn duty as an American to protect my family without needing to wait for handouts. And that starts with food that lasts on the shelf up to 25 years. Go to preparewithfleckus.com right now and save $300 on your mega 3-month emergency food kits by My Patriot Supply. That's preparewithfleckus.com. Everything ships fast and free. Save $300 on your order today. Preparewithfleckus.com is the website. Let's get into housekeeping. All right, thank you to My Patriot Supply for sponsoring.
Thank you, My Patriot Supply.
It's very important to have that shelf-stable food.
Very important.
For when something eventually bad happens. All right, we have a lot to get into. It is a Tuesday show.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of important things to get to. We have a packed housekeeping, great cringe, great urban, and extra uplifting gold. We have a little Asian section of uplifting gold.
Wow.
So
I'm excited to see where you go with that.
Yeah, very inclusive. All right, let's start the show off with the bad omen.
Okay.
Can you give it a read?
Ancient Mexican pyramids collapse, sparking bad omen warnings by surviving tribes.
Yeah, some Indiana Jones shit.
Yeah. Curse shit. Ihuatazio archaeological zone in the Mexico state of Michoacan partially buckled under intense rain. And this looks kind of crazy. Spewing out bricks and shit. Just totally gave out.
Not looking good.
Yeah, is that a demon emerging? What's your... I'm looking to you for schizo theories.
What it all means, we don't know, but we'll probably figure it out when the entity shows up.
Okay. All right. There you go.
All right, let's get right into the show. We have a lot of important things to get to. First things first, Gavin Newsom is cleaning up California.
Yeah, here he is. This is a homeless encampment, and he goes, "You guys aren't doing it fast enough. I demanded this 3 weeks ago after 8 years of ignoring it." So now he gets a little, paparazzi comes, and he jumps over the little running shit creek, and he dumps a few things.
He's working so hard, and he just wants to help.
Yeah. What do you think?
California has been horrible with the homeless people for like 20 years now. Mm-hmm. But 3 months before the election, it's time to roll up your sleeves and pick this shit up.
It's sleeve time. And you got to respect Gavin Newsom's kind of just to your face, like...
sociopathy?
Yeah, sociopathy.
Sociopathy.
You're close. I saw another clip of him. Somebody was asking, "Hey, Gavin, why are energy prices and electric bills so high in California?" And he just goes, "They aren't." So that's the type of shit he's on. He changes 3 weeks before or 3 months before an election. That's just what he's up to.
Yeah, that's interesting. And it makes me wonder, is he waiting to get waved in for when Waltz falls apart?
I don't know. Stolen Valor, Timmy.
Or maybe does Kamala fall apart too, and then Gavin and Michelle Obama come in after Kamala botches the September debate?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It would be hard to do another Indiana Jones switch, is my opinion. But Newsom's obviously waiting in the wings. So
yeah, exactly. And Gavin being brought in my opinion, isn't out of the question because reality is Kamala Harris doesn't have the it factor.
Yeah.
And
it being policies on her website?
Yeah, policies on her website.
An interview with the media?
Seeming like a normal, real person who's not a lizard in a skin suit. And then obviously they're going to fake it. They always fake it for Kamala with concerts, and then she shows up after to give a speech, and they go, wow, look at this crowd.
Yeah.
And then when they don't have the ability to do that, they just openly fake it. Here she is talking to 1 million people.
Wow, that's Live Aid. Live Aid for Kamala.
They all came to see Kamala speak because she's so popular. But unfortunately, she continues to avoid interviews. She doesn't do them, and we actually have a clip here where she's asked like the most softball question ever, and she couldn't even get it done.
This is for vice president candidate Kamala Harris, so we're having to go back into the archives to see what it's like when the media will get a chance with her.
Best rapper alive.
Tupac.
He's not alive. You said he lives on.
But not a lot. I know. I keep just.
You said. Listen, West Coast girls think Tupac lives on. I'm with you. So Tupac, keep going.
Keep doing that. Who would I say? I mean, there's so many. I mean, you know, there are some that I would not mention right now because they should stay in their lane. But others
You can't just say Drake.
There are so many.
I can't think of any.
I can't think of a single one.
And my staffers aren't yelling Drake at me or J. Cole or whatever she might think.
Even go with like a kind of older one, 50 Cent, Jay-Z. Just say whatever, anything, any rapper, Jeopardy category. Name any rapper.
Especially Jay-Z because Beyonce's helping with the Democrats. Like you could just say Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And she was referring to Kanye there for who should stay in his lane. And she doesn't have it in her. She's not thinking on her feet very well.
Yeah.
She never has. And then remember back in 2022, there was an article about how she used to get anxiety before big events. So her staffers would set up mock dinners and mock events where she could pretend to be talking to the other world leaders. Can you read that?
Yeah, and I think we covered this on the show, so this is like a refresher. Harris was the guest for a dinner at DC news mogul David Bradley's home, a salon-style event Bradley hosts with the Washington journalists and newsmakers. Harris's anxiety about the dinner was such that her staff held a mock dinner beforehand with staffers playing participants, according to two people familiar with the event. Harris aides even considered including wine in the mock prep so Harris could practice with a glass or two. So ultimately, they decided against it.
Yeah, but I'm sure she's ready to be tough with Putin and crack down on China.
Yeah, so a week or a dinner with David Bradley, you need 1 day of prep, a whole night, a whole fake night. With Putin, you need like a month. So
yeah, and those people were on her side. It was like a fundraiser.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even like it was a hostile event where you're going to be asked tough questions. She was just nervous. Yeah, and then we actually have a little compilation of her. There's a theory that she's a lizard in a skin suit.
Yeah, where'd that come from? Who?
People are saying it.
Okay.
And a lot of people believe it.
Okay.
And it's because she's so awkward and not authentic. But here's a little compilation of exactly that.
been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I mean, I don't understand the point that you're making. Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically, that's wrong.
So you're now no longer are you necessarily keeping those private files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house. It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud that exists above us, right?
The Caribbean nations, island nations, in the Western Hemisphere. That is where the Caribbean is. We are also in the Western Hemisphere. They are our neighbors.
Yeah. So her off script is an authenticity nightmare.
Yeah, it's a lot of filler words. It's just stagnating. It's doing nothing. There's no forward movement. You know how like you say a sentence and then I say a sentence and then we go forward. We roll downhill somewhere.
And she's more of like sentences are structured.
Yeah.
And there's a capital at the beginning and a period at the end. But sometimes exclamation points if you're really sentencing the sentence.
Exactly.
She does it like that. No authenticity. Authenticity is the highest vibration you can do.
I think so.
It's the best thing you can do, being yourself. That's why we like Trump so much. His authenticity is off the charts. So even if he messes something up or says something that you don't fully understand, like he's just vibing and he's there.
Yeah, it's like an 80 or 75-year-old billionaire businessman's attempt at it. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, yeah, he got that wrong. The green card stapled to the whatever. And it's like, but he's generally on target. He's vibing it out, right?
But yeah, exactly. The authenticity is what is like the subconsciously communicated. And that's what we can vibe out. And that's why when you see her with the fake laughing all the time, something isn't sitting right, you know? And there was actually a tweet that summed up Kamala's campaign and how it differs from Trump and kind of how the media is trying to play it. Can you give that a read, please?
Yeah, if Harris releases zero policy plans from now until November, she would barely lose a vote. If Republicans find even a singular issue with Trump, they'll stay home or vote third party. If he posts something they mildly disagree with, they'll say it's over. The voter acquisition cost between parties shows a massive disparity.
It's very true.
And that's what I mentioned earlier when I said no policy positions. If you go to Kamala's website, it's like more about Kamala, like our Tim Waltz, contact us, donate. There's no policy tab. There's no plan. There's nothing explicit about what she's
Here's your skin color.
Yeah, skin color. Indian and black. Indian tab or black. Which are you? That'll determine where you're taken on the website.
Exactly. So she doesn't really talk policy. And then when she does, she kind of steals Trump's ideas.
Because when I get to office, we are going to not charge taxes on tips, people making tips.
And eliminate taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers.
Which is weird because Kamala was the tie-breaking vote for the Inflation Reduction Act, which gave IRS agents, increased the number of IRS agents, and also gave them the, drumroll please, plan to crack down on waiters' tips.
Yeah, they're coming after waitresses' tips now, and she was proud to be the tie-breaking vote to pass our Inflation Reduction Act. But to be fair, she could have just thought the IRS agents were, I don't know, playing games, having fun, doing nothing, not looking at the middle-class people who they're obviously targeting.
Exactly. And the difference between how these policies are presented, they both said we don't want to tax tips. When Trump said it, former President Donald Trump's vow to stop taxing tips would cost the federal government up to $250 billion over 10 years.
According to nonpartisan watchdog group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Kamala says it, and it's way different.
It says Vice President Kamala Harris is rolling out a new policy position, saying she'll fight to end taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers.
So,
and also in general, dude, the cost of the federal government up to $250 billion over 10 years, it's like, that's your money that the federal government is taking. You know, that framing is so backwards and retarded to me that it's like, oh, it'll cost the money that you should have in your pocket instead of being wasted on like stupid, a road to nowhere, a California monorail that goes nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. Or all the illegals to live in a nice hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously the media is pretending she's qualified and likable still. You know how you go to a Trump rally and most of the people you meet are like God-fearing patriots who just want the best for their country? And
truck driver, firemen,
farmers, police officers, everyday people that are, for the most part, likable.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what happens when you go to a Kamala rally if people give off that same likability vibe. Let's take a look.
We're gonna win. We're gonna win. Exactly. I mean, not to be, cocky, but I'm optimistic.
What's your initial response when you see something like that?
Horrible lesbian.
Mine is just disgust. I have a visceral response to something like that. Like woman trying to look like man, talking like a child though, chiding. That's really, I think that should be in Trump ads, to be honest. You know how there's that two gay guys kissing has the same reaction to a lot of people as seeing maggots?
Yeah,
There's that disgust. They did that study. I think I'd rather see two gay guys kissing than this. That's how much it upsets me.
Yeah, I want to see gay guys kiss too.
Me too.
There was a time once where I left a dead fish in a cooler and for like a week. Mm-hmm. And then I opened the cooler and it was just like the worst place on earth. It reminds me of that woman.
Yeah, that's kind of the same feeling. You had the same feeling. It's like the words are different, the accurate, the feelings are different. But
There's a feeling like 6 inches in here where you're just like, ugh.
Yeah, you know that phrase like people won't remember what you said; they'll remember how they made you feel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remember this one.
Me too, and we'll play. There's like that Trump inauguration clip where the lady goes, "No."
Yeah.
This lady is going to be one of those for the montage reel after we win.
I think she should be in ads. All right.
And there's more to it, too. There's another equally horrible woman.
I've always been a supporter of she's a woman, and she's black, and she'll be the first president candidate that I think she will win. And like I said, I'm all about equal access and equal women health choice.
Right.
So she's a woman and she's black and she's about equal access and women's health choice. So black woman abortion, says this lady.
That's very important.
Yeah.
And these horrible, bitter single women with no children.
There's a pretty big lesbian behind her too.
So maybe she's not single.
In the pink polo.
So I'm going to get rid of single because maybe she has her husband or her wife. These horrible, bitter women with no children and no future. They're like voting against everyday normal people because they want everyone else to have no future too.
And they're chiding you while doing it. We're gonna win. We're gonna win.
Which is part of the reason why they need to destroy the family unit too, to make these like women like this. So when they're bitter and mad at the world, you can go vote against the white guy who's the one responsible.
Yeah, they're angling for a Subaru tax credit or something. I don't know what their goals are. But
yes.
Disgust is the response.
Disgust is the response, and these women are delusional, and these delusional women are the same reason why this next meme exists.
Left, random German track runner. Right, Germany's top model winner. What's happening in Germany?
Yeah. Those are the types of people who goes, oh, that woman on the right, she's the most beautiful.
She's Miss America now. She's Miss Germany. Go ahead.
That one on the left, I don't see it.
And I don't know. I want to go back to the previous clip just a little bit. Like, am I alone in that? I want to hear from commenters, like this disgust thing. Have I been
Tell
too
us
online?
the level of disgust.
Yeah. Because, there's body that floats up on shore and it's all bloated and you see it and you have to, I got to call it in. And then there's that woman.
There's stepping in dog poop with no shoes on and you slide a little bit, then you look and you go, oh, and you get the fresh smell because you reactivated the poo.
And then there's that woman. But the poo, you can just hose that off pretty quickly. That woman, she's still voting. She's still hanging around.
And the poo's probably your fault for not cleaning up the backyard.
That's true.
That woman, that's not my problem.
I know.
So even with all the fake hype with Kamala, Krassenstein, Krassenstein, little boy.
Yeah, he gets smoked all the time on polls.
Yeah, he can't even get a poll to go his way still. Can you read his poll and the results?
New X poll after the Trump collapse this week. Who are you voting for? I bet things changed.
It went worse.
It just goes 71% Trump.
And it got worse because of Trump's collapse. It's like, I didn't see any Trump collapse this week. What are you talking about? Oh, man. Which takes us to our next online retard, Lex Friedman, who's so smart and he's so measured and he's rational and educated. You know him?
He talks slowly and he wears a suit while he interviews Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
He talks really slow. You got to play the podcast at 2x speed if you want to listen to it.
Mm-hmm. So he's somehow still in the middle of the politics and the IQ chart with this tweet.
Yeah, he said, I think that neither Trump nor Harris will destroy America if elected president. Call me crazy, but I think that Trump is not a fascist and Harris is not a communist. I think this is a reasonable, rational position, but according to the internet, it's insane. Either way, getting attacked by both sides has been mentally exhausting for me. Perhaps that's the design of the current political climate. Anyone with moderate open-mindedness needs to be pushed out in favor of a battle between dogmatic extremes. This doesn't seem like the right path towards truth.
You stupid pussy.
Very brave of you, Lex. Hey, right down the middle again. No sides taken.
Both sides.
Yeah.
Neither will destroy America. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Neither will destroy America. And
one is in the process. Does he have a count on the illegals? Does that information not get to him or something?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's like if you've seen the mass migration of third worlders to Europe, and how it's wrecked the entire continent. They're doing the same thing here, and Democrats would give amnesty to millions of third worlders in the next term.
Yeah. The only difference between Europe and America is Europe's a little closer to Africa, so they get a little worse stock. But the same exact thing is happening over both Western, hemispheres or whatever. And Lex, right down the middle, no choice to be made. I'll just keep collecting my podcast guests and getting some ad dollars or something.
Yeah,
right?
that's exactly it. And he has like this idea that like both sides are trying their best, but they just have different ways of approaching their goals to help America. And it's like, nah, dog. One side hates America, and half of the other side hates America too. There's a small faction of America First MAGA people on the right. And like that's our only chance, basically. Like everyone is selling us out.
Yeah.
But the both sides are good is not the correct take.
Yeah.
But at least you could have everyone on your podcast still.
Yeah, maybe Jeff Bezos will come and talk with you about some stupid shit. So good luck, buddy.
And also, like you said, his podcast is so slow, and he's not that smart. Everyone thinks it's slow because he's so smart and he has so many thoughts going at once that he needs to go a certain pace because of how fast his brain's working. It's not that smart. He's not that engaging. His podcast is not entertaining, and he's basically proving he's a plant because there's no world where that show gets off the ground if he wasn't a plant.
Yeah, it's all about the guest. I have a problem with slow talkers, really slow talkers. It's like you're not really thinking quick or something. So.
Yeah, exactly. And what he pretends to not realize is that there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that are truly gross. I actually found a clip that explains this in video form. Can you let that go, please? See? Just a normal day in your yard, right? Actually, there's slimy, disgusting worms looking to drink your beer on your lawn, and you're actually paying for it all.
That's a good metaphor. Wow.
Yeah.
Catching some snails with beer, and it's like whoever made this video, those are slugs, right? So they don't even know that. They don't even know what's in their backyard.
But that really sums up American politics. You have your own beer on your land, and then all of a sudden all these worms come and they want to slurp it up, and it's on your dollar and you're paying for it and you're facilitating it.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty crazy.
A lot of people want to eat America's lunch is what I'm learning.
Exactly. And there was a point that was made about this. Cernovich made a good point. How Christian values have a downside. You apply them to the demons and you get eaten. Must be more intelligent. And I really do agree with that. There was like a study done that shows that conservatives were more empathetic to liberals than liberals were to conservatives. Can you read the consensus?
Yeah. Conservatives consistently showed more empathy toward people on the left than people on the left showed toward conservatives. That's the result of a new study from 2023. So that's after Trump, that's like an updated study. The right loses because it's too nice to a left that hates it.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That really sums it up.
And that's something that I believe we've talked about on the show before, too, where it's like when, we're both Christian guys and we are mean to some people. And then you kind of have to be like, yeah, these people are trying to do some very demonic and weird and subverted and backwards shit that has major negative impacts towards good people. So
good people and innocent people and children and Christianity. Like the Jesus in the Bible wasn't like a go with the flow hippie guy.
Yeah.
Too
many money changers in the temple, bro.
Exactly. So you don't want to facilitate your own destruction. You need to be able to identify evil so you can create peace.
Yeah.
Peace isn't just, I'm going to go like this and cover my eyes and ears and just stay in my house and
live and let live.
And do whatever you want. I'm going to be peaceful here like this. You can't do that. You have to identify the evil in order to create peace. So
Smart.
That's a big difference. Which takes us to our next section, the migrant section.
Yeah, what's a big result of this? You end up getting walked all over, your country gets stolen from you, and if you even repost something on Twitter about it, and if you live in the UK, the police could be sawing down your door.
Yep, and this next person, I don't know what gender they are.
Yeah. We can misgender them. We're in America. We're safe under the protections of America. This piece of shit.
Can you read the tweet?
This is one of the people in the UK who decides if your social media posts are going to get you arrested. Deputy Chief Constable Rachel Swan, Derbyshire Police. And she's got the Kamala Harris rally attendee haircut.
Yeah, she does.
So
we're going to win.
We're going to win.
And it gets to the point where, like, obviously in the UK, there's not as much free speech as there is here.
Yeah.
But there's two sets of laws now, one for the third worlders who don't know any better, and then one for the British citizens who complain about all the third worlders. Can you read this tweet with the example?
Yeah, this was a 2013 case, so it's old, but this is the kind of thing that we're referencing, a perfect example of it. An immigrant who raped a 13-year-old girl in the UK was allowed to walk free because he didn't know rape was illegal. But posting your opinion on social media leads to years in prison. And the headline of the actual Daily Mail article is Muslim abuser who didn't know that sex with a girl of 13 was illegal is spared jail. And it's Adil Rashid. There he is.
There he is.
So there was a long old Chappelle show bit about this where Dave Chappelle talks about how he was out with his white friend and the cops stopped him or something. And his white friend's talking to the cop and he goes, "I'm sorry, officer." And Dave Chappelle, white voice, "I didn't know you couldn't do that."
Yeah.
And like, so now that same joke applies to like a random Muslim guy who just showed up in the UK. I honestly didn't know you couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And then that's not what the guy actually says. That's what some lawyer presents in court for him, you know? And then the empathetic Christians, or I don't know what they are, the absolute suckers in England go, "Oh, poor guy." They don't care about the 13-year-old. They're trying to be empathetic towards this criminal, right?
As if it's their job to civilize the third world. And then there was actually another meme about being from Rwanda and being in America. Can you read that one?
Yeah, this guy's actually a show watcher as well.
Oh, cool.
Private Aureliano Buendia.
Nice.
He was going to send us a shelf. You remember?
Waiting.
Where's the shelf?
Where's the shelf, my guy?
He says one of the funniest things about modern leftism is that it simultaneously says we must respectfully preserve North Sentinel Island and its culture in a prehistoric bubble, and that if they magically showed up here tomorrow, they'd be Americans just like me.
And there's another meme, too, that goes along the same sentiment. Can you read that?
It's pretty neat how that Rwandan kid is British, and I'm on stolen land 400 years later.
Yeah. It's all about rules for thee, but not for me.
Yeah, and if you're a normal guy, if you're an empathetic Christian, you kind of get bullied and you take it. You're like, yeah, I am on stolen land. Yeah, he was British, the first generation Rwandan
I'm not okay
kid.
with what happened.
Yeah.
I am.
I'm fine with it.
I like how it played out.
I like how manifest destiny. I want to manifest more. I want to take Canada.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then this is what Europe looks like now. So if you're ever wondering if we're exaggerating or if we're making a big deal out of a few bad apples, this is what I think a walk down Main Street in London looks like.
Yeah.
Everyone's Muslim.
And I think those are tourists or something. That's like a bus full of tourists got dropped off, but they're not tourists just to check it out and go home. They want to stay.
Yep. And then if you complain about it, you get into big, big trouble now. Can you read this story?
Yeah, 31-year-old Billy Thompson was sent to prison for 12 weeks after he replied "filthy bastards" on a post about the police issuing a dispersal order to try and prevent protests from becoming violent. It also included emojis of an ethnic minority person and a gun. His lawyer said Billy had made the comment as part of an online Facebook conversation with a family member. The judge found him guilty of encouraging violence and imposed the sentence to discourage the kind of violent behavior that such messages encourages. Judge Temperley, it may be right that the starting point sentence is a community order for this offense, but I'm afraid this has to be viewed within the context of the current civil unrest up and down the country.
So saying filthy bastards to the police.
And then an emoji. So that might be, I'm not sure. I'm not completely up to date with British criminal justice system, but that might be the first emoji-related prison sentence that we've ever heard. So new rock bottom, perhaps?
Yeah, perhaps.
And then this guy's name is obviously Billy Thompson. He's an Anglo-Saxon who's been there for generations immemorial, from 500 AD or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was too mean to Abdul Ramza or something. So.
Yep. And then the UK British Police Department looks like they're starting to overreach. This next guy kind of says that if people are breaking the online rules, the online laws, that they'll be extradited, which is interesting.
We will throw the full force of the law at people. And whether you're in this country committing crimes on the streets or committing crimes from further afield online, we will come after you.
Talk to me about that, because we have seen some high-profile figures whipping up the hatred. You talked about it in there with the officers, in fact, about this being added to by online commentary. I mean, I'm even thinking of the likes of Elon Musk getting involved. What are you considering when it comes to dealing with people who are whipping up this kind of behaviour from behind a keyboard, maybe in a different country?
Being a keyboard warrior does not make you safe from the law. You can be guilty of offences of incitement, of stirring up racial hatred. There are numerous terrorist offences regarding the sort of publishing of material. All of those offences are in play if people are provoking hatred and violence on the streets, and we'll come.
Yeah.
So, seems like you forgot about 1776, brother.
Stop.
And then also they tried to crack down on Trump's space with Elon last night.
Yeah.
They gave him a little warning about like the guidelines on hate speech or something. Complete crap.
Yeah.
And then the last piece of our migrant housekeeping is the Swedish crime chart. Can you read the definition or whatever they're talking about?
Yeah. What happens when 1/3 of your population has a foreign-born parent, and certain foreign-born groups commit violent crime at staggeringly higher rates than the ethnically native population? If you're the Swedish government, you refuse to release the data and you investigate anyone who tries to publish it. But occasionally some of the data finds the light of day, and it looks like the rape statistics you see below. So this is rape statistics. It's all in some funny language. I don't know. I probably should know it from back in the day, ancestrally speaking. But we just wanted to show this really quick because whenever we see new data, Sweden, it's hard to get, obviously, we like to update our mental model of which countries of origin are committing the highest rapes.
Who to be racist to.
Basically, yeah. And so Senegal, high on that list.
I have not been mocking Senegal enough.
Enough at all. They've been totally off my radar, and now I need to readjust my worldview and kind of start bashing them. Tanzania, Gambia, Tunisia. So those are all those African-type countries.
I've been letting those guys go.
Well, we've been kind of blanketing them as African.
I just say Somali.
Yeah, I know. And Somalia's on here, and they're at a rate of 1, while the native Swedish population is at a rate of 0.49. So they're about double, but Senegal is like 17, 18x.
Wow.
So Senegalese, you guys,
you're on watch.
This data just got leaked and you're not looking good. So Palestinians on there, Nigerians, Algerians, Ghana, Ecuador.
Why would someone from Ecuador be in Sweden?
How does an Ecuadorian guy get to Sweden? That's my question. First off, Africa's already far enough. You have to go through all of Europe to get to Sweden. Ecuador, though, that's a little off limits. But yeah, Senegal, Tanzania, Gambia, we're watching you.
There's a problem.
Yeah.
We need racist words for those people.
I know. We'll come up with some maybe in bonus line.
I can think of one.
I can think of one that's blanket, but...
Moving on, make sure you guys use this opportunity to tickle the post, help us juice the algo, leave a like, leave a comment, then comment again, then start yapping. Notifications need to be on, P.O. Box needs to be full. We just went to the P.O. Box, got a bunch of good stuff.
Yeah. You want to tell them about anything?
What do we have? Someone sent us golf balls that explode really loud.
Someone sent the shocked golf balls, but I opened it with Fleckus right there. So neither of us could prank each other with them. So now we have to find a victim.
I'll prank Chinese Donut Boy probably.
Yeah.
All right.
But he watches the show and we're done. So we're burning bridges here.
Now I can't prank anybody. Yeah. We are into Cringe of the Week. All right, our first clip of Cringe of the Week is a DEI hire who's making some big changes at Delta Airlines.
Yeah, this is the DEI chief. This is the head of DEI at Delta. So we salute you. Let her play.
But the other more subtle forms of communications, I would call them the little c communications. They might even be verbal communications. So we're beginning to take a hard look at things like our gatehouse announcements. You know, we welcome ladies and gentlemen, and we've asked ourselves, is that as gender inclusive as we want to be?
Busy day at the office.
Yeah, busy day. Hey, at least she's not stealing from the company, funneling money to her friends and personal causes like the Facebook woman.
That's a good point. Well, we don't know. Maybe she is.
Yeah, that's true.
This is why they needed to hire her, because calling men and women ladies and gentlemen, that was holding everyone back. That was keeping y'all down.
And especially like at a time when air travel has kind of, you know, the 1970s to now, we're just in a bus. We're in a Spirit Airlines tin can bus, treated like cattle. Here's your little block of cookie. Shut up. Here's your $1.50 headphones. We're going to take away ladies and gentlemen and just get on, you pigs and slop eaters.
Yeah, exactly.
You genderless freaks, get on the fucking bus plane.
Exactly. And that's the future plan the bad guys have, is to make us androgynous pigs.
Yeah.
So take your seat, pig. We'll get you your sugar cookie soon.
Yeah, you want a seatbelt extender, you fat fuck? It's just shit like that. There's no respect. And I actually watched a movie the other day. I think it was from 1957, 12 Angry Men.
Classic.
Which I had never seen before. Like, I'd obviously heard about it in the classic. All they're doing, these guys are all talking to each other. Sir, this gentleman over here would like to say something. All very classy stuff. And now this Delta pig, she's rooting around. She's like, well, and to be fair, she's working. If she's looking and she finds the ladies and gentlemen, that's her job. The diversity chief, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, these guys were speaking to each other with such respect, and now Delta's like, we got a problem with that. So imagine,
you can't call people men and women because there's a stupid guy who's in a dress.
Yeah, stupid guy in a dress, and then a girl who grows out of it, and she's embarrassed by her past, but we want to make her feel comfortable right now on this Atlanta to LaGuardia flight.
Exactly. No need to be polite to the cattle.
Exactly. And I think that's part of it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's like a tiny little piece that maybe makes you feel like, oh, I'm doing something right. I'm a lady.
I'm part of a community.
Yeah. Nope.
Not anymore.
More.
Our next part of Cringe is a new Dash Dabrowski type.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have much to say about it, but wait till you see what was put together with the little compilation here.
It's another Gen Z TikTok news type who just does green screening, and he's got his own version of Oh Boy, like Dash does.
Yeah.
You cannot make this up. Donald Trump just announced that J.D. Vance is going to be his vice president. You cannot make this. You cannot make this. You cannot make this. You cannot make. You cannot make. You cannot. You cannot. You cannot make this.
All right, another floppy guy for the Democrats.
That's a descent into madness using the same phrase, and eventually, when he stops using that phrase, we'll know something went horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Would you torture this guy in a shipping container?
Yeah.
I mean, I would.
I was going to say no, but when it comes to parody, of course I would.
When we have satire laws protecting us, overarching us, and, Susan Wojcicki just died. The YouTube lady. So maybe it's open season now.
Time to say whatever we want. And obviously we don't listen to people like this, but keep an eye on him. This is like a real certain type of, he's a giggly guy. And in the same way Kamala has the problems with her fake laugh, this fake laugh is so not authentic. And then when you see it hyper cut like that, it takes the authenticity points away, and now everyone watching automatically hates you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Another Gen Z contributor.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
And you know what? Actually, something that I'd like to say, since we've talked about this off camera a little bit, but we haven't prepared to talk about it on screen, is the Democrats do a good job. They'll give this guy fucking $5,000.
Oh, yeah.
We do this shit for free. We just like Trump. We hate, the gay stuff and the shitty direction of America. The Democrats, they know how to do a patronage network.
They pay you to show up to a concert. They go, hey, we'll get you there, $50,000 or $10,000 to do an anti-Trump video. No one gives us anything. There's no influencer outreach from the Trump side, unfortunately.
They have just money. They dump dark money into this stupid Hispanic kid giggling at his own shit just to talk about J.D. Vance and stuff. And it's hard to compete with that if people are just getting pumped cash to stay at home and giggle at themselves in an Eagles jersey and tell you J.D. Vance is a bad guy.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
I don't know. I just wanted to bring that up. We need something like that on the right. What if the right was giving people money or doing stuff for people who are kind of teetering? You know what I mean? Kind of in the middle of the road. We're not saying that for us, give us money, because this is the love of the game here.
Give us money too. Just say, hey, here's $50,000. Keep going.
But the point is, the patronage networks are so crazy.
Keep going.
And that guy will be on the payroll in no time, just like Harry Sisson.
Yeah,
right?
That's how they operate. And that's why all of their momentum is fake. All their crowds are fake. All the people who are really into their side are all paid.
But it tricks Brian Krassenstein into thinking he can post another poll that he'll get smoked on today.
Yeah.
So
that's just, exactly. It shows how off base Krassenstein is with reality. All right, let's go to another clip from a Kamala rally where the people, I don't know what kind of gender they are, but the people were talking about why they're supporting Kamala.
Yeah, these are the people who want ladies and gentlemen gone from the Delta flight.
Why are y'all voting for Kamala Harris?
I don't want to lose my rights. I'm a trans man and I'm gay and I have been pregnant and I've had an abortion before, and I don't want to lose that. I'm afraid of not being able to be myself anymore because from what I've heard, Trump's America doesn't want me to look like this. So that's why I'm here today, and that's why I'm voting blue.
What about you?
I've also been pregnant and had an abortion before. I was a minor, and it would have been dangerous for me to properly, it would have been dangerous for me to carry a baby with, personal reasons and everything. I also, I'm very, alternative, and I feel like if Trump were to win, I wouldn't be able to, express myself through my looks and everything, and wouldn't be able to.
So the nails.
2 for 2 on abortions, first off.
Trans abortions. The one on the left, you could tell how easy her life is by her stupid long nails. She's not doing anything hard.
There's no manual labor, maybe a pickle jar. That's top end of the struggle.
But if you have nails like that, you're facing minimal struggle on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
And also, trans abortion is the main thing.
I'm a gay trans man who had an abortion.
Gay trans man.
We've done this before with the pronoun math.
You can simplify the fraction.
Yeah, and then once you hear who got an abortion, you go, okay, girl. Nothing before that mattered.
Yeah,
so you're
exactly.
a girl.
So you just simplify the numerator, gay trans man, that crosses out. That's just woman who had an abortion, pregnant, woman over woman, 1 over 1. It's just a woman.
Yep. Yeah, and they're outside the women's bathroom, so it's actually easier for us.
Exactly. And then I was thinking too.
But that's it. Single issue voter, They're both abortion. He could just go, you kind of like Taylor Hansen here doing the interview. He could just go point out to people, abortion?
And they go,
yeah, abortion? Yeah. That's what half of them are there for, which is crazy.
And it makes you wonder, when you have an abortion, does that give the demon entity that lives within you more power? And then that's why it's so important to the left, is because they have so many demons operating these people that the demon's number one priority is probably killing babies, right?
Yeah, it's get more.
We need more.
Sacrifice.
Vote for whoever lets you keep killing the babies. We really need that.
Yeah.
That's kind of the giveaway that a demon is operating your system.
Single issue voters, and the issue is what the demon wants.
Yeah.
So.
And then also the demons become so powerful that the demon's starting to express itself in your outward appearance.
Yeah, absolutely.
The stupid stuff in your face, the black eyeliner, the half-shaved head, the stupid nails.
If Trump was elected, 4 grown men would hold you down and take that stuff out of your face.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what she was implying. I can't be alt anymore. It's relax.
Yeah, buddy. And then the medic Sisyphus has a little bit of a white pill here, because I know everything gets down and depressed with all this horrible stuff of people who are excited to kill babies.
Yeah.
The medic Sisyphus made a great point on Twitter. Can you please read it?
He said, incredible white pill. My daughter is a very social toddler and says hi to everyone when we're out. If they're over 35, they're saying hi back. If they're between 24 to 35, we're getting nothing, especially if they're a woman. But if they're younger than 24, huge enthusiasm to see a cute baby. I think the child-free fad is simply a curse on millennials and older Gen Z.
That hopefully is the case.
Yeah.
I really do hope that is the case. I think the younger people haven't been fully cooked yet.
Anecdotal, but rings true. Thank you, Mimetic Sisyphus.
Thank you, Mimetic Sisyphus. Make sure you guys follow him. He's linked in the description.
Oh, okay. Didn't know you were going to do that.
Yeah, we love the guy. All right, let's go to our next clip, the trans UK fight.
Fuck you! No, because I'm cool. It doesn't matter. I'm defending you, little pussy. I'm defending you. I'll give you a slap back. Pussy, little women, cunt. Go fuck yourself. You little fucking little
Are you
dick.
getting this? Have you got this?
A little bit. You can't even come. Little fucking asshole. Fuck right.
Oh, no. If that's in the UK, you go to big jail for attacking a trans person.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But it's weird because the migrants probably would be attacking a trans person too. But they don't get in trouble.
But they didn't know that was illegal.
Yeah.
And their lawyer gets them off.
And then the trans person making fun of that person's dick.
Straight to the dick, right?
Yeah, which is ironic, obviously, because that person probably has no problem getting bricked up in their outfits.
Exactly. They immediately go, oh, you probably can't get it up. And it's like, I'm constantly bricked. I'm dressing, I'm doing my fetish out in public. I'm constantly bricked.
I'm in the women's bathroom bricked right now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And, you know, obviously, we've talked about it before, but the default to factory settings, you're yelling like a man in the street, and then someone pulls your wig off, and you have male pattern baldness, and you remember, oh, yeah, I'm George Conway or something, some British name. Yeah. And at least you're constantly bricked. You know?
Yep. At least you're getting off.
Thinking about other people's dicks and stuff.
Yep. Our last clip of Cringe is a prank at the gym where they said to this guy, if you can bench 315, we'll give you $1,000. And look what happens.
$1,000 on the line. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Up. Come on. Up. Go. I'm not gonna lie. You're not getting that $1,000. Hey, it's a prank. It's a prank. It's a prank. It's a prank. Hey, it's a prank. Hey.
Yep, it was a prank. Didn't help you when you had 315 falling on your chest.
Mm-hmm.
Pranked you.
That was a prank. Hope you enjoyed it, brother. See you next time.
Yeah, so I guess when him getting tossed to the ground was a prank too.
Yeah, when you throw someone to the ground at the gym, that's also a prank.
Pranked you back.
Hey, I'm getting ready to prank you. You're on Pranksters.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, like that kid who did the prank, he has like some stupid tattoos on his arm, like he's some cool guy. I think a lot of people forget what violence is because they're so far removed from it or haven't experienced it maybe at all in their whole life. Like what it means when you like mess with the wrong person and then the result is violence.
Yeah. This guy's standing straight-legged, turtle build. He had no idea that violence was even on the table at that moment, right?
He's never had someone grab his neck and toss him onto his back, losing your glasses, pussy.
Yeah.
You got glasses too.
Yeah, I wouldn't get thrown like that, though. I'll tell you that much.
You're 6'3". All right, let's get into our Urban Decay.
Okay.
We have a great Urban Decay. Well, not so great, actually. New York City lady cop attacked by a repeat offender. Here's the video we have.
Oh! He just spanked her. Hold on. Oh!
Guy's got some doo-doo pants.
Yo, hold on. Get off me, kid. Get off me. Oh, that shit weekend. What the fuck? Oh, he smacked him up. Oh, that shit weekend. Oh! Yo, the homies is out here too. Yo, oh!
Yeah, we get it.
You get the point. So the guy was a repeat offender, Ernst Delma. He punched the woman officer in the face. As you can see, she was kind of recovering on shaky legs over there and a bloody nose. Another officer came in and that's what you saw, putting on a clinic, de-pantsed him, humiliated him a little bit, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the lady cop got manhandled by a street rat, and then the street rat got manhandled by a man cop. So that lady cop was 2 deviations away from being able to manhandle the person.
Yeah. So that's 2 deviations away from her partner, her 50-50 partner. They get in the squad car. You got my back out there, partner?
I do.
No, I'm going to be knocked out bleeding.
Unless I get punched in the face by a guy on fentanyl.
Yeah. And so what should be a 2-on-1 ends up being a 1-on-1 with like the other cop. There was another cop who showed up and he's like tending to the lady.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man.
It's a 1-on-1 with a charity case. Oh, yeah, everyone's equal here. We're all cops. Lady gets knocked out. Now you're a 1-on-1 with no partner.
And people get attracted to the NYPD or Chicago PD, or they used to at least. Obviously, people are retiring in crazy numbers, and recruitment's a little weird and stagnant. You know, more people are moving to Florida to be cops, stuff like that. But people are attracted by, like, the benefits and how like there's automatic promotions over time and the robust pension system you get. Like if you put in 25 years as a cop, you basically live the rest of, you retire and you live pretty good, like getting 80% of your pay or whatever. But you forget, like women are attracted to that. And then it's just like, yeah, but you might get punched in the face. You might get beat up and shot.
Yeah.
And they go, oh yeah, I'm okay with that. But
all the benefits are because, and then you could just get killed.
Yeah, you could just get killed and your wife and your 3 kids are without a dad, usually. So it's kind of it attracts people for the weird things, but you forget, sometimes you got to pay your dues. And then sometimes you're just kind of like a slightly overweight woman, you know? So, yeah, hey, partner, 50-50 partner. You had my back out there.
Got my back out there, right?
And it's like some civilian is like helping her up and she doesn't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
So,
but we also wish the best for her and we're not making fun of her situation. And there's less cops now than ever. So it's like everything's working against the police. There's the defund the police movement. Anytime a cop interacts with the black person, they're more scared than ever to do anything or actually enforce the law. And then everyone they do arrest gets let back out.
Yeah, we're not making fun of her, but I do believe women should not be cops. I mean, that's kind of clear, right?
That's very clear.
Isn't that kind of just normal? Like, I don't know. Am I insane for that?
No. Women and men are not the same.
Yeah.
Next is a meme, free my cousin, and then there's the mugshot. And then this guy goes, do not free his cousin. Look at that guy.
Yeah.
Look how mad he is. And that was him after getting booked and photographed. So you got arrested, taken to the police station.
Arrested at the scene of the crime.
Yep.
You drove probably 15 minutes to the precinct.
Yep.
You
got left in a holding cell for a little bit.
Let him cool down.
You got processed, you got fingerprinted, and then you got your picture taken.
So it's probably at least 50, 60 minutes to process the situation. And
couple hours even.
And cool down. And then this is the mugshot.
And then that's the mugshot. You're still very upset. And then if that gets given to a court, I'd be like, yeah, we should keep this guy.
If I was the judge, I'd go, okay, I'm taking this into consideration.
Bad apple.
Like we talked about that last time, the kids who were laughing about stealing the car when they were in handcuffs in the back of the cop car, how that should be considered by a judge, like just showing no
remorse
or any understanding of the severity of the situation. And the judge should have taken that into consideration. And I think the judge takes this. This guy looks like he bites. Yeah. I don't know what he's up to.
He might.
He bite.
All right, let's go to our next story. This is just a quick one. Can you read it?
New York Post headline, paid lover charged with murder of beloved Detroit brain surgeon.
Which one's the paid lover?
I don't know.
Which one's the brain surgeon?
Not sure. I'd have to flip a coin.
It could be either.
Yeah.
But Kamala Harris is America. But I don't know who's who in that photo.
But brain surgeon. You know how many brain surgeons there are out there?
Not a lot.
It can't be a lot. I don't know. I don't have the stats in front of me, but it can't be a lot.
How many people can go into someone's brain and know what to do?
I'd just dig around. I'd lobotomize someone if I was in there. And, just a paid lover. That's how they describe him.
Yep. And then let's go to our next one, the random criminal name bingo game.
Yeah, this is something going around 4chan that I think we should all get behind. All right, Paul, the shit posts have been weak lately, so let's have some fun. This is a game I call Ghetto Roulette. The terms are simple. Think of the most cartoonishly stereotypical black-sounding name you can come up with and Google it with arrested. Post results. I've been playing this for a while, so I'll start. Here's Daquantavius. Daquantavius. Malik Daquantavius Ousley, arrested, Orlando, Florida. Mugshots and arrest.
So you just slam the keyboard and there's a person who got arrested with that name.
Yeah, it's roulette, There's always going to be one. And if I wonder what would happen if we typed in Sean Drekica. That's our favorite.
That's our favorite from New Orleans. She probably has a little bit of a record, light record.
Yeah, it's some DV, domestic violence a little bit. Punch somebody out, baby daddy one time.
All right, our next story is the Atlanta eviction situation. Should we put this in bonus land, or do you want to put this in the main episode?
Let's put it in the main episode just because.
Right.
This is a fascinating situation out of Atlanta. The entire PD was forced to protect merchandise to stop over 500 black people from looting after an eviction at Beauty Mart. So Beauty Mart in Atlanta owed like $15,000 in back rent. They got evicted. And during an eviction process, as some of you guys might know, they take all the stuff out. And so all the merchandise was sat in the parking lot. And some of the community members thought this meant that all the wigs, lashes, do-rags, whatever else they sell at a Beauty Mart,
that's for them.
That was free. So here's the reaction of the crowd.
We care about our crown. Why not give back to the community and let us get the products? Let us get the tools. Any other eviction.
Like free stuff, so we came out here to get all this free stuff, but then the car saying you can't get the free stuff because the people want to take it. And how y'all gonna take some stuff that ain't even yours? It's free.
So I got my 2 baskets and took the bus or whatever to get down here to get some free stuff.
We're already in a recession. Times are hard. Why not just let us get the items and invest and be okay?
This is what it looked like on the inside.
Not the beauty supply store done got evicted. So we out here because they gonna let us get everything from the store and grab whatever we can grab.
The parking lot was full.
Wow. So ultimately, here's the overhead shots. Ultimately, the police had to block it off and stop a looting scenario from happening because it was never meant to be free. But everyone kind of word spread amongst the community.
Yeah.
And that one guy said, I took the bus down here or whatever. I got 2 bags, took the bus down here or whatever. Yeah, so insane. When was this? None of these people had any place to be?
And then everyone's like doing interviews on TV with the news saying, why can't we just have this stuff?
As if they're entitled to the beauty mart. Like, so it's a business owner's low point.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting humiliated and all my inventory is out on the street. I'm already bankrupt myself. And then a flock of people come out expecting it's just open.
Exactly. The beauty mart is at their low point, and then they look outside and they go, oh, is that the community coming to rally behind me?
Yeah.
Nope. They want their free shit. They want the lashes and the wigs.
Is this a GoFundMe to save the local business? The clearly beloved local business, Beauty Mart, where everybody gets stuff from.
Guys, if everyone just gave $50, we could pay back what we owe. No, we want the free shit.
They're looking to feast on your corpse.
Exactly. And eventually, this is where it gets interesting. Eventually, the police took all the products that were seized and just dumped them in a landfill.
Yeah, they were taken to a dumpster or something.
So technically, these was right.
Yeah, I don't know. No winners here. I don't think anybody won, and nobody was happy.
Let's go to our last clip. The woman who lost all 5 of her baby daddies. Wait till you hear how.
So for everybody to keep asking me about where's my 6 kids' daddy at, let me let y'all know. So my first baby daddy, which was my first love, and he's the father of my oldest, he has transitioned from Tony to Tracy. And he is now living in Atlanta, Georgia, dressed fully as a female. And he does not want to have anything to do with his child. My second baby daddy was kicked in the chest by a horse. It gave him an instant heart attack and he died. My third baby daddy, just a deadbeat. I didn't know that he was married. And when I told him I was pregnant, he confessed to her what the situation was. And all that, she went with it, and now we're just waiting on the DNA test to come back so that they can pay child support. Well, she's going to pay child support because, as I stated, he a deadbeat, he ain't got no job, and by them being legally married, she works to bring in the income, she will be the one that be paying me child support. My fourth baby daddy decided he wanted to fucking be a pirate and go rob the boat freights and shit like that. So he is now serving 20 years. When he gets out, my child will be 25. And my last 2 kids have the same father. And he is 72 years old, living in a nursing home with dementia.
Wow. Pirate, trans, kicked in the horse, dead. Just a pure deadbeat. That's the most normal one. And then 72-year-old dementia guy. He got 2.
Wow.
So,
and that's whose kids we're paying for.
Yeah, you think the food stamps, you think she's bootstrapped herself and said, no, I'm not taking help.
You think she's not getting $3,800 a month in food stamps? Yeah. And, normal people, show watchers, they probably have a savings account. They say, oh, you work and I'll work and we'll save up. And then in a couple of years, we'll have a kid and then we'll get a little house and we'll work our way and get a better house. And we'll be really smart with our money and we'll take our time and we'll slowly build a family.
Yeah.
6 kids.
Beat you to it. 6 kids, y'all. It's horrible. And I mean, this person, like,
it's missing teeth.
I don't know. It's just fat and just aesthetically unappealing. And 6 kids with 5 different guys, and we support it. This is what our government does. When we say phrases like we could have gone to Mars, but we're babysitting third worlders, that person probably is American. Maybe might even be 5th generation American. But that's third world behavior right there. Yeah. And that's who we're babysitting. So
exactly. Well, don't get too down or too depressed. We're moving on to Uplifting Gold. And we have a lot of uplifting stuff today. We have a whole Asian section of Uplifting Gold. Let's start there.
Let's make one order chicken ball.
Chicken ball, okay?
I like make one order pork fried eye.
Okay.
I like make one order chicken fried eye.
Okay.
I like make one big order vegetable fried eye.
All right, that's good. It's just a guy doing a bit.
Yeah, you can speak their language to them.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah,
I like that. And they don't complain.
I know. They say this is a good order. This is a $40 order.
They're writing it down.
Yeah.
Next, people need white noise to sleep.
Yeah.
It's like it makes a sound like, and it just helps you sleep.
Yeah.
There's also yellow noise, which I was not aware of.
Would you mind if I play some yellow noise to sleep?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Oh, you wouldn't? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Ông cầm 5.000 của ông Quyên trả lại cho tôi. Anh tiền nào mà ra tiền đó. Hồi đó anh xài của em nè, bây giờ anh có anh trả cho em nè.
There's a yelling Chinese woman in the house.
That's a really bad language.
It's very, very choppy.
It's abrasive. Yeah, it's abrasive. It's not exactly like a romantic language like police. It doesn't roll off the tongue. It's pretty bad yapping.
It's jarring.
All right.
Next is a guy who had to translate for his Chinese driver because the guy didn't speak English.
Doing 18 kilometers over the speed limit. Have you got your license, please?
Listen.
Thank
I
you.
can translate.
Excellent, that would be good.
Yeah.
So this comes much from Southport Police. We pulled you over for random breath test and you're also doing 18 kilometers over speed limit.
Okay.
You can translate if you want. Fire
Yeah.
away.
Hey, ba. Hey. Too fast.
You don't speak?
Nah.
No, that's excellent. You're a European.
Sorry, I thought.
You're just messing with him.
That's
Hey,
excellent.
too fast. That's pretty good. Next is actual Asian uplifting.
Okay.
This is from Iwo Jima, I believe, where they raised the flag in that iconic photo in World War II.
Yep.
It was drain pipe that flag was put on. People don't know that. We had no pole for a flag. We didn't know anything about a flag going up on the mountain. So they found this drain pipe and they put it together. And the Japanese used it to get rainwater down in the cave below because they couldn't remake their water. They couldn't purify it like we did. We purified our water. It didn't taste too good, but it was pure. And when we get up to the crest and stand there, let's hear to that wall. There it goes up. Man, it was a shock. And everybody saw that flag go up out in the bay. All those ships out there let go in the air with tracers and rockets. And our boys that were on the north fighting with the airstrip while we're doing Suribachi, they started opening up with tracers. It was just like a spectacle. It infuriated the Japanese. They fought twice as hard. We put our flag on Japanese soil for the first time in history.
How far were you from that flag?
Well, from here to that picture on the wall.
Wow. That's what you like to hear.
Yeah.
That was back when we had a country worth fighting for.
That was some hard fighting over there in the islands, the campaign, Iwo Jima, fighting our way up to Japan. Those Japanese back then, they had a certain style of fighting.
They're still fighting.
They weren't being taken alive, and they were just running at you. So
blow themselves up.
Crazy shit.
All right, let's get into our non-Asian uplifting.
Okay.
Striper season is approaching. Look at the size of this guy's striper.
Oh my fucking god! Yeah! Look at this fucking thing!
Wow.
It's like a dog.
Yeah, I was going to say, it reminds me of Jerry.
You think he knows Jerry?
I think all animals do know each other a little bit.
All right. Caught you. Trapped you with that stupid shit. Dude, and you said stripers, they have a slot limit, right?
Yeah,
so
it's
he
a
can't
slot
keep
limit.
that or anything.
You can't keep that, but you kind of could.
International waters, you maybe.
Yeah, a couple of years ago you could. But
Yeah.
the slot limit, you could keep it, but the smaller fish taste better. The older they get, the meat kind of becomes mush. And then we have this guy on the New York City subway with a striper, because you can fish in like the East River or the Hudson River and pull out good stripers right in New York.
That's nice.
So he's taking it home with him.
It's funny because like in a city like New York, you kind of reached a point, and I don't know, I'm talking out of my ass here, but you kind of reached a point where it's like the East River where, it was way overfished. And then like nobody fished it and there was no culture of fishing it and nobody really stands around there. And then it kind of comes back, you know? Don't you think that's probably true?
Maybe. Commercial fishermen really cleared them out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like back in the day.
Now no one fishes. I mean, people fish, but it's not like it used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
Every season starts later and gets pushed further off. But yeah, it's always good to pull stripers out of New
Ain't
York.
no island left for islanders like me.
Exactly. All right, this next part of uplifting is a guy taking a cool boat route, going through with the lights. It's kind of lit.
Yeah.
That's America.
Or is that Florida?
Probably. Maybe Georgia.
Maybe Georgia's some sort of southern state. All right. Nice.
Next is a kid doing a rope swing.
This will be good.
Let go.
Could have gone way worse.
Yeah.
But he's okay.
All right.
And then our last clip of the whole show, Trump was playing golf with his granddaughters, Don Jr.'s kids, and look what happens here.
Like
Okay,
that.
get in the hole.
Go in. Oh my God! It hit the pin. It hit the pin. It didn't go in. It's 2 feet off.
Do you think I'm a great guy? But these two guys, you know, they're saying.
By the way, what do you think?
Isn't that great?
Island green, and he pured it.
And he hit the pin.
They say it was 220. Also, I like Trump, his certain style of golfing where he golfs with like 10 people. There's kind of a spectator area, and then there's also just 15 Secret Service guys.
And he has his own cart.
It's a crazy entourage. So
yeah, crazy entourage. He has his own cart. He drives on the green. And I also heard if you play golf with Trump, he'll play the first like 6 holes with you, and then you'll get off, and then a new person will join on hole 6 through hole 12, then leave, then a new group will join on 12 through 18.
So he plays golf with like 40 different people in a day.
So he just cycles them through, and
It's
he
a good
gets
way
like
to do it.
3 different business meetings in one round of golf. It's pretty good. Well, another Fleckus Talks in the books. Thank you guys for watching.
Nice work.
Please like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
FleckisTalks.com for bonus land dropping right now. If you're still watching at this point, you want 30 extra minutes. We're going 30 extra minutes right now. FleckisTalks.com is the website. What else?
I don't know. We got some good updates on some content for bonus land that we covered in the past. The chicken wing heist lady got sentenced. If you remember, she was one of the dumbest criminals of 2023.
Yeah.
Actually, it might have even been during COVID. I think it was earlier. But yeah, we got some good bonus land shit.
We got a really good bonus land stuff. Make sure you guys go sign up, support the show, and enjoy the content. We'll see you on Friday.
You cannot make this. You cannot make this. You cannot make this. You cannot make.
In a world of chaos, 2 voices reign. Fleckus Talks is the place for your friends to bring. From urban decay to cringe of the week, they shine a light on the bold and unique. Talking about the news, they break it down. With humor and grit, they wear the crown. From Fauci hearings to urban scenes, they dissect the chaos behind the screens. Words are just words until action starts. Protesters gather and do their parts, but words speak louder than actions do. And even sometimes it's the right thing to do. Talking about the world of cringe and crime. Fleckus Talks, the best new podcast of all time. No wooden spoon, just a desk and candor, making fun of the propaganda. With courage and humor, they face the fray, speaking truths that guide the way. From viral trends to pressing news, was it the blacks or maybe the Jews? In bonus land, exclusive content flows with deep dives and insights. The community grows through memes and laughs. They bridge the gap from the mainstream chaos to a friendly chat. Words are just words until action starts. Protesters gather and do their parts, but words speak louder than actions do. And even sometimes it's the right thing to do. Talking about the world of cringe and crime. Fleckus Talks, the best new podcast of all time. Cryptids, doubles, and schizo shit. Rap boy can get behind that, not even a bit. They give their perspective on modern life. 2 voices of reason in times of strife. Words are just words until action starts. Protesters gather and do their parts, but words speak louder than actions do. And even sometimes it's the right thing to do. Talking about the world of cringe and crime. Fleckus Talks, the best new podcast of all time. Of all time. Of all time. featuring Richard Radboy.